Gentlemen, this might just be the most important video that you ever watch in your entire life, because this is the complete self-improvement 2025 blueprint that I use in my life to completely change who I was as an individual. I used to consider myself somewhat a loser. I didn't even realize it at the time, but I was inflamed, I had acne, I was drinking a lot, I was smoking weed, I was eating terribly, I had a soft physique, I had a soft mind, I had no purpose or drive in life, which is terrible for a man. But this exact 6-step system is what is going to transform your life, as it done for mine, to allow you to become a much more dangerous and high-valued man. And it all starts off with this. I've always said this is the one place with self-improvement that you should start, is physical mastery. You cannot improve yourself if you are not improving your health and your physique. This is the absolute bare minimum and the easiest place to start with the highest ROI. So you need to be going to the gym. You need to be going to the gym at least 3 or 4 times a week. You need to be building muscle because it's building muscle and it's making you stronger, it's making your mind stronger. 3 or 4 times a week, just do an upper, lower or a full body split. Push heavy weight, get stronger every week. And then you need to fix your diet. You need to eat majoritively whole foods all the time. At the moment, I don't touch processed foods at all. I'm just 100% clean and I feel absolutely incredible. Eat a lot of healthy fats, great for your testosterone as you need as a man. Eat enough protein, you can do a gram per pound of body weight. And this one is heavily neglected, but it is literally a performance enhancing drug, and that is sleep. I sleep incredibly well. At the moment, I'm banging 96 on my Whoop band. I'm banging about 96+% sleep score a night. I've just got 100% a few nights in a row at the moment. I sleep so well and it improves your life drastically, because if you don't get this right, these two are going to be much harder to stick to because of how depleted your willpower is when you aren't sleeping properly. So you want to go to the gym and do your cardio after every single gym session 3 or 4 times a week with an upper lower split. You could do 20-minute stairmaster at the end. Very, very basic way of starting. Diet, eat majoritively whole foods, hydrate every day with minimum 2 to 3 litres of water with your sodium as well. Sleep 8+ hours a night on a consistent sleep schedule, getting high quality sleep, pitch black room, cold room, etc, etc. And there are some supplements you could take as well. I'll just give everyone a basic stack. Take D3, take 10,000 IUs a day. Fish oil, 1 to 2 grams a day. Boron, 5 to 10 milligrams. I've got, if you want more detailed supplements, I do have a lot of videos on these as well. You can watch that after this. 10,000 IUs of D3, 1 to 2 grams of fish oil, 5 to 10 milligrams of boron, 5 to 10 grams of creatine, and then 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate. Very basic supplement stack that will do you very well, but obviously this has to be dialed in first before you start taking any supplements. But that is physical mastery. That is where you have to start. It's where I started personally. I believe it's where everyone should start, because this is the system that is going to be carrying you through life, and you need to fix it. You need to be putting the right fuel in it. You wouldn't put water in a Ferrari, would you? If you want to be like a Ferrari, if you want to act like one, put the right fuel in, put the best fuel in. That is how you've got to think. Moving on to the second part of the 6-step system is mental mastery. Because I didn't actually do this really straight away. It took me a while. I was going to the gym for a while. I was still a weak individual. I was still doing the same old habits where I was just wrecking my life for no reason. Mental mastery. What did I do? I realised that pain is what actually leads to comfort in your life. And this is something I used to talk about a lot in my old videos, is this paradox that if you seek comfort, you are going to find pain. So what did I do? I signed up for an ultra marathon, started training for that, because long running is very painful, and I still find it painful now, because you're going out for multiple hours and just running with no break or anything like that. Compared to the gym, I find the gym very enjoyable compared to long running. So I started seeking pain, and I found a lot of comfort in my life, and in turn, by seeking this pain, I got mentally stronger, and this then transfers into all areas of life. You can be mentally strong in one thing, and it's a trait that you can now use absolutely everywhere. So the first point is start seeking intentional pain in your life, intentional difficulty, to make yourself mentally stronger, so you can reinforce that into all of these things I'm about to tell you. Become mentally stronger, because it goes into absolutely everywhere in life. And you need to develop discipline. And I'm going to define that for you so you know what I mean by that, because it's a word that is used a lot. Discipline is the ability to consistently do what needs to be done regardless of how you feel. regardless of how you feel, is very important. People think that discipline is, you know, waking up at 5 a.m. and having cold showers and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with that, but that is more pain and mental strength compared to just doing it. You can feel like doing it or not doing it, but it's doing it regardless of how you feel, consistently, forever, and not giving up. That is what discipline actually is, and you need it, because you're not going to feel like going to the gym a lot of days. You're not going to feel like eating clean. You're not going to feel like going to sleep on time. But that is where discipline comes in. And this is sort of where systems come into play of, you need a routine, you need clear goals, you need clarity. It's not about always pushing through, because you're relying on willpower, which is finite. And like I say, if you don't get enough sleep, it's going to be depleted. And discipline is really developed by training your mind. And specifically how you do that is you find something you feel resistance towards, you go and do it, and you overcome that resistance. You do that again and again and again. So for example, if you want to go to the gym and you feel like you don't want to go, there's a feeling of resistance. If you go to the gym and overcome that resistance, you actually strengthen your brain and train your mind to do it again and again and again. And that's what makes it easy, is you just keep saying fuck that to your brain, and you just do it regardless of how you feel. That is how discipline is developed. And then you need to remove cheap dopamine. This is hijacking your brain, it's hijacking your life, and it's making discipline, doing anything like this, seem so boring. It's not. This feels good. When you remove this from your life, you're frying your brain with pornography, with sugar, with video games, with short form content. It has to go. It is going to keep you stuck in the system. You need to realize this. This keeps you weak. This keeps you soft. That's what they want to happen to you. They want to keep you trapped. You are a slave to your own mind. As long as you are indulging in this, it has to go. This is genuinely poison, and not even a lot of people realize. Things you can do to make this easier: sell Xbox or PlayStation, whatever you use. Use social media blockers. I use an app called OneSec. Or delete social media entirely. Like no junk food in your house, for example. It has to go. I'm not going to tell you, you know, you can play video games if you want, you know. It doesn't matter. What's the point? We're all going to die anyway. Fuck that. Don't think that way. This has to go entirely. It is absolute poison. But now I'm going to wipe this off and get on to the third point of the system. This is in the exact order that I took when it came to improving my life. Knowledge acquisition. What did I start doing? I've got them right here. I started reading. This was the first book that I ever bought. Very common. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, about business and money. I've got books on psychology up here. I've got books on absolutely everything. Mindset, etc. You need to understand that your self-growth only goes as far as your knowledge and what you know. And the easiest place to start, where I started personally, read books. If you're not reading books already, you need to start. It is one of the lowest barriers of entry to becoming a smart and more knowledgeable individual. You want to read non-fiction, you can read books on business, you can read books on mindset, you can read books on self-help in general. I normally pick up about 3 or 4 off a site called World of Books. It's just secondhand books. Instead of dropping like 20 quid for one book at a time, you don't need to do that. But other things you can do: YouTube, it's completely free. Watch videos like this. You can invest in programs, like for example, I sell fitness programs and health and fitness programs for fixing your health, if you want to check that out. You can buy courses, you can buy mentors. Like for example, I have 2 business mentors. I've invested in programs before, etc. Those are that's free, and these are some paid options you can have. Obviously, the more you're willing to invest, the more ROI you're going to get, and the faster you're going to develop. And another one is action, because you actually learn a lot at a rapid rate by doing and failing over and over again. And that's something that I realized. If I just go out and do something, even like for example, starting a business, I had no idea what I had to do. I just went out and done it and failed and done a load of different things. But I took action. I took action fast and I executed fast. And I've just learned over time. You just learn rapidly by failing, embarrassing yourself, going again and going again and going again. Action is incredibly important. If you don't take action on the information I'm giving you, then it's pointless. That is so incredibly important. And the next part of the self-improvement system is you need to have a mission-driven life. This is what I started to do after I started reading and I started becoming more knowledgeable, is I gave myself a mission-driven life. And what is this? It's finding a purpose, something to wake up and pursue every day. What is the reason you get out of bed? Because your mission shouldn't be to go to your 9-to-5 job and work for someone else. Maybe, if that's really what you want to do, go for it. But it can be something like building personal brand, something that I do. It can be build online business, could be to go and travel the world. That is actually a point that I was meant to put in knowledge acquisition, so I'm going to go now, of traveling the world. I just spent the last 6 months in Southeast Asia with my best friend, and it was probably the most self-developing experience that I've actually ever had. I would honestly recommend, if you can leave your hometown and go and travel long term, it is a hack. It's a self-growth hack. You develop at a rapid rate because of how much you experience in life. Go and travel the world if you can. It will be the best thing that you ever do. Your mission could be to lose fat / get abs. It could be to build a super hero physique. There's a lot of different things you can do, but usually business and fitness related is, for me personally, they've always been the goals. I haven't really gone into other, like, my goals have always been like testosterone or business related or personal brand related. But this gives you purpose, and this is needed as a man, because this is where we get our dopamine from, not from short form content, not from pornography, not from sugar, not from video games. We get it from our purpose, and it's why you wake up every single day. And that will be the most fulfilling thing that you could possibly implement into your life, I promise. And the next one is a very exciting one, because it's something I still live and implement in my life day to day, is testosterone. If you can learn to optimize your testosterone, you can live a much better life and you can feel insanely good. So I'm just going to run you through quick a lot of things you can do to naturally optimize your testosterone. Obviously, you've got your diet, eat a lot of fat, healthy fats, eat saturated fats, eat cholesterol. It's not going to give you a heart attack. Processed foods and junk foods are what going to give you a heart attack. So cut the bullshit as well, cut the processed foods, cut the unnatural soaps, the shampoos, the conditioners, the deodorants, the regular toothpaste. Train hard, lift heavy weights 3 or 4 times a week, like I say. Get an hour of midday sun on your bare skin every single day, or supplement 10,000 IUs with D3. I do both. Do sprints, very good for your testosterone. Sleep 8+ hours a night. Manage your stress. If you're a stressed individual, you can supplement ashwagandha. Take breaks from social media, go on walks, things like that. Meditate. Stop wanking. That is releasing your life force, your sexual energy. Stop doing that. And those are really the basics on testosterone. I've got other videos, but those produce the vast majority of your results when it comes to naturally boosting your testosterone. Do them, incredibly important, and that is going to give you the drive to keep pursuing your mission. The higher this is, the more driven you're going to be. My last point is going to be document the hero's journey. You need to be able to, you want to track this. You want to, whether that's in the gym, you want to track your lifts, definitely. You want to journal your thoughts, journal your progress, how you're moving on. And honestly, I would push you and recommend you to, is to make content, because we're in a creator-led economy. I think this is such an incredible opportunity that if you miss out, you're gonna regret it. Fuck what people think. You get over it pretty quickly. I remember I was freaking out when I first started posting content. In a week, I was over it, and now I don't even think about it. And I'm standing here now making 20-minute YouTube videos on a whiteboard pretty comfortably, and I've got no problem sharing it or watching it with whoever wants to watch it. Make content, start a personal brand. You don't need knowledge. You just have to document the hero's journey, your personal journey, whether it's in the gym or self-development or whatever it is. Just film your life. What is the worst that's going to happen? Nothing. You're not going to die. You're not going to go to prison. If you just make content, it will be the best thing you ever do. I promise you, you won't regret it. And the most important thing, like I say, action above all. Because if you just watch this video, nothing has changed. But if you take action, you take that first step on getting in shape, that's where the magic's going to be, in the doing. Become a doer, a fast executor. And once you've learned to take action fast, you've just got to focus on being consistent. Just focus on the daily actions, doing the daily actions, and you're going to be okay. But I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a bit longer than usual. I enjoyed making it. I enjoyed talking about this because this is the complete system that completely transformed my life personally. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I upload videos like this daily. I do have a full, complete health and lifestyle optimization program in the description if you want to check that out. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found some value from it, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.